And I just want to share a short thought about the Akedas Yitzchak. What was the Nisoyin? And many ask. Thousands of Jews gave their lives on Kiddush Hashem. There must be something unique and special about Akedas Yitzchak, and I think there is. Kiddush and Lamed Vav Amud Aleph, there's a machlokes Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Meir. When are we called Bonim and when are we called Avodim? So Rabbi Yehuda says, Bizman she'oisen retzoyin shemukum kriyim Bonim, ein oisen kriyim Avodim. And Rabbi Meir says, we're always Bonim. The Vayeira Kodesh has a unique interpretation of Parshat Bahar, and the Vayeira says, there is no contradiction at all between Bonim and Avodim. Each and every Jew, every moment of his life, needs to be a Ben plus an Eved. We love HaKadosh Baruch Hu because we are His children. We are in awe of HaKadosh Baruch Hu because we are His servants. We are always Bonim and always Avodim. And Bonim and Avodim are a reflection, a manifestation of Ahavo Vayeira, defined in the Zohar, Dechilu Urechimu. We love because we're sons. We fear because we're slaves. What is the essential difference in Hanhoga between a son and a servant? In the relationship between fathers and children, children are entitled, if it's a normal functioning family, to ask questions. And when a father tells a son, I want you to do this and that, the son has the privilege to ask, Abba, why do you think this is important? You know, could I share my thoughts with you? A child is entitled to ask, and his father probably would try to answer and explain. A slave doesn't ask questions. We don't want him to ask questions. A soldier doesn't question his commanders. He's supposed to obey commands. A great commander, for some reason I don't want to mention his name, once he was an admiral, commanded his ship in combat, and he says, ours is to do and die. Ours is not to ask why. So a soldier doesn't question orders. A servant, a slave, doesn't ask questions, but a son does. Avraham Avinu was the greatest Ohev Hashem. The Rambam writes so in Perek Yud of Hilchos Shuvah. Perek Yud Hilchos Shuvah is dedicated to Avodas Hashem Yahweh. And the Rambam says, Loi kol hachachomim zochu lema'ala zu. That is the special Maila of Avraham Avinu. The Novi Yeshayahu says, Zera Avraham Ohavi. HaKadosh Baruch Hu defines Avraham Avinu, Avraham Ohavi. Nisoynu Akeda was, Ha'im Ahavo Yesera Mekalkeles Es Ashura. Could Avraham rise to the challenge of Yira? Is his Yiras Hashem as great as his Ahavas Hashem? That was the Nisoyin. So Avraham gets the strangest mitzvah he could ever imagine. Slaughter your son. And he has 1,000 questions racing in his mind. How could this be? Kadosh Baruch Hu promised me, I was 99 years old. And a malach told me, he promised me a son. And now he's asking me to kill my son. Obviously, I think Avraham Avinu, I imagine, also remembers the Gemara Megillah Daf Daled. Chazal speak negatively about the Yiftach HaGelodi that sacrificed his daughter and killed her as a sacrifice. Ovdei Avodah Zorah had a molech. They brought human sacrifices. That's totally against mitzvah Torah. We don't bring human sacrifices. And Chazal clearly say that, based on a posuk in Novi and Megillah Daf Daled. What would be more natural for Avraham Avinu, Ohev Hashem, to turn to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and say, may I ask a question, Rabbeinu Shalom? Please explain to me, how could this be? You promised me, and how about, I've dedicated my life to fight Avodah Zorah. What will the Goyim say when Avraham Avinu sacrifices his son? So why did I attack all the others for doing so? Why didn't he ask? He didn't ask because his yira is as great as his ahava, and that is why the Malach calls out to Avraham, Atu yodati ki yarei Elokim atu. Nobody ever questioned your ahavo, but now you proved that you're as great in yira as you are in ahavo. That was the nisayon of the Akedah. And it just brings to mind the importance of the combination ahavo v'yira, dechilu urechimu. The combination of the two are the essence of avodah sukkah. Yerotzen sheniske lakach. So I once again ask everyone to daven for my mother, Fladel Baslea. She's not in a good place. Kodesh Baruch Shlach Lefuas and Yeshuas, and also for Rabbi Yochanan and Hillel ben Tova Zelda. Kodesh Baruch should send them a for Shleimim and a Shemayim.